What is up, you guys? It is your girl, the real Mrs. J. And I just realized my daughter got right out this truck and left her doggone instrument in here. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to come on here real quick because I had a conversation with my oldest daughter and I wanted to share it with you guys. Just so to uplift and encourage somebody. Because it's like some real true to life advice, and it's a very deep lesson that I had to learn for myself. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Y'all know the real Mrs. J got tons of story times, but so I wanted to share this one with y'all. So I was supposed to take my daughter this morning to get her license. We were supposed to go to DMV. So I was like, well, let me call my cousin because my cousin, her daughter and my daughter, they're like 2 months apart. And I know her daughter just got her license, right? So, hold on. It's getting warm in this truck. Let me cut the truck back on. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. It's raining, so I'm in here with the windows up. So I wanted to cut my AC on real quick just to cool it off real quick. All right. So anyway, so I called my cousin and I'm just, asking her how the process goes. And she was like, no, you don't have to go to DMV because they have to have the learner's permit for 9 months, and then they take the driving with an instructor at the school, and then they give them this yellow slip, which is their provisional license until the hard copy comes, right? And so we don't have to go back to DMV at all for anything. So anyway, so I was like, well, when we get up, to this morning, I was going to go inside of her school and I was going to talk to somebody and see, exactly what I need. So that's the case as well with my daughter. So she wasn't able to get her license today. So my daughter got very, very upset about it. Like, she was just upset. I think she even slammed the door when she was leaving. And, I'm just like, I told my husband, I'm just like, yeah, I really need to have a serious conversation with her because my daughter has a tendency of getting very upset when things don't go her way. Okay? So she had texted me a little later on and asked me could I pick her up from school because she leaves school early or whatever. So I was like, it's fine, it's Friday, she didn't have anything to do, so I'll go and scoop her up. And so I picked her up and she got in the car and I told her I wanted to talk to you regarding how you react when things don't go your way. So I told her that you can't don't get upset when things don't go your way, because almost all the time that things don't go your way is because the Most High is not allowing it to happen. And a lot of the times is not even a lot of the times, it's for your own good. And so I gave her an example of when my husband and I had to have surgery, and so it was like one of those outpatient surgeries. And so I was going to go have my surgery and be able to come home. So my cousin, she was supposed to watch my kids. And I think my kids was like, at that time, my youngest was 1 because she was walking. So my oldest had to be about 3. I think she was about 3, maybe going on 4 or something like, probably about 3 or so. And so, she was supposed to keep my kids for me while I have my surgery. She was going to keep them for a couple of days, to give me a chance to kind of, get myself together. So my husband and I, we had the kids all packed up and we was literally on the highway coming across town to go to her house to drop the kids off. So I'm calling her like, I'm on my way, yada, yada, yada. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. And so she was like, well, I was going to call you because I don't think that you should bring them over here because my water off. And I'm just like, wait, you telling me this? And I'm, I just, I'm on my way and I got to have surgery. I got to be at the hospital at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, you're just telling me this? And so she was like, well, I know, my oldest daughter, I know that she wouldn't, she real funny. She kind of bougie, and now, when she want to use the bathroom, blase, blase. So I was just like, don't even worry about it. I'll just find another way. So I ended up calling my nephew, and I got with him, told him the situation. He was like, it's cool, auntie, I'll just come over there and I'll just spend the night. Then the kids can be at home, right? So I was like, cool. So it all panned out. Of course, we was on our way home by then. So next morning, my nephew comes that night. Next morning, my husband and I, we get up. He take me to the hospital. I had my surgery. Everything was successful. And then, we came home. So, of course, I'm still under anesthesia. So I was under that anesthesia. I didn't really start to wake up to probably 3 o'clock or so in the morning. So my husband, I don't know what he was doing. He was working on something. I don't know. But I just remember it being the lights was on, but it was early in the wee hours of the morning. And I had was laying on the couch because at that time, the townhouse we lived in, it had a lot of steps. So I was on the couch in the living room. So my phone ringing. I'm like, why is my phone ringing? And it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So I answered the phone, and it was my cousin, not my cousin whose house that my kids were supposed to go to. It was her sister. So her sister was like, that my cousin, that my kids were supposed to be at her house, her boyfriend and her boyfriend friend was together all that day or whatever. Okay, come to find out, they was doing drugs the whole day together. And so the dude thought that my cousin's boyfriend took some of his stuff or something. I don't know. It was just crazy. But they had been friends since the 5th grade. So anyways, so the dude, he left or whatever, and then he came back and he was knocking on the doors and knocking on the windows, and my cousin told him to, why don't you go open up the door for your friend? So when he went to open up the door for his friend shot and killed him right there in the doorway. So my cousin's daughter was laying on the couch, and she got up and she ran towards the back where my cousin was, and he shot at her, but he didn't hit her. And so my cousin and her daughter ended up jumping out the window. So my kids, if she wouldn't have called me and I was on my way over there, my kids would have been there when that happened. And so after I told my daughter that story, y'all should have seen the look on her face. I said, now see, things didn't go my way, but that was the Lord's way of protecting y'all. So when things don't go your way, then you have to take another path to get whatever it is you're trying to do taken care of. And I told you, how people, they can't find their keys, and then they be late, and then as soon as they on their way, they get on the highway, they see that there's been a bad accident, the way that they normally go to work. So when stuff don't go your way, or stuff is not going as you planned it, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It just means you have to take a different route to do what you need to get done. So even in life, just anything, if things aren't popping the way you want them to pop, if you can't you feel like you can't get ahead, it's all because the Most High is Him. And He could be saving you from something, even from yourself. So don't get discouraged and don't give up. Just know that the Most High is in total control, and keep pushing. But don't let it get you down, and don't let it discourage you. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I love you guys. No negativity today, okay? I'm trying to detox a little bit. But no negativity today. That's just a life lesson. Don't get discouraged when things don't go your way. Just know that everything is a plan. It's God's plan. Peace.